Same thing with Kappa emo. Monty, you don't know. Did I tell you this story, Monty? It's not the Tennessee story. It's not the Tennessee story. That's the one you're talking about. Did I tell you the Virginity story? Did I, Monty? Did I tell you the Virginity story? Let me know if you did or not. I know that you know the Tennessee story. There's that one that I've told before to you, with you and Vivid in private before. I'll get to that story at some point. If we hit like 300 followers, I'll actually tell that story because I actually really like that story. It's actually one of my favorite stories to tell of all time because it's so fucking stupid. That story is so fucking stupid, but it's actually a really legit story though. With that said, that story's stupid. So, when I was 15, I was dating this girl named Sophia, and this was at the time. This was like my third girlfriend, I want to say. And definitely this girlfriend that I was with was definitely way more experienced as far as like, just relationship experience. She was definitely the much better looking girl than me. Not even close. Like, back then, Nevin used to be like 270 pounds. And someone go make 60 more counts. I want to know who Nev put his school as his. Oh, God. Anyways. So I was like 15. I was like 15 years old, and it's like my third girlfriend, and but this girl was kind of different because this girl definitely was way more experienced when it comes to relationships and that stuff. Although I say that, she was only 14, so she's definitely kind of she was definitely no, this is not a girl you're supposed to mess with. So when I was with her, right, she definitely knew way more than she was doing, and honestly, she definitely. I wouldn't say she took advantage of me, but like she knew that I was very new. She was a sweet girl too at the same time. She wasn't like this awful girl, but like she knew what she was doing though. That's it. But I remember like she popped the question one day and she was like, "So Jonathan, have you ever had sex before?" And I was like, no, I haven't. Because we never actually talked about it before. But she started talking about it. And the more and more we talked about it, she was dropping like hints and hints and hints and hints and hints. She was talking about like, "So what do you think about this? What's your fantasy and stuff? What about this? What do you like? Do you like this? Do you like that? Do you like this and like that?" And I'm like, I'm answering all these questions like normally, like, why is she asking me all these questions? Because I was like still kind of very innocent to all this stuff. So I was thinking that she was just like asking me all these questions to try to get to know me better or something like that. When little did I know, she actually got mad at me one day. She was just looking at me like, "Okay, you really don't get it, Jonathan, do you?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "I've been trying to know what you want me to do so you can talk dirty to me this whole entire time." And I'm like, what? What? I never. So yeah, no, I was like very nervous about it, but we started doing all that, and then one day. We decided to plan it out and stuff, right? We decided to plan this whole entire, losing my virginity and stuff. So I remember this, though. Like, I remember I was so excited for it that I ended up calling my friend Nick at the time. And I was like, "Hey, yo, Nick." So I told him the story. I was like, "Yeah, Sophia and me, we're trying to get, we're trying to have sex and stuff." I was like, and I know you have a car. And, like, I was wondering if you can, I don't know, drop me, pick me up and my girlfriend so you can drop us off right afterwards. And yeah, so like I was like, so he was like, "Yeah, sure, I can do that for you. How does a 15-year-old know a guy with a car?" Says Wesker. You ask way too many questions, man. Anyways, so back to the story. So yeah, no, it was like, "Yeah, I got you, man." So like, in the day what's happened, I'm over here being prepared. I didn't know anything about sex. Okay, I really didn't. I didn't know shit. I started watching the porno videos just so I can it's like, okay, is this how it goes in there? No, yes, no. I think this is how it works. So that's how you make a climax. That's how it works. Okay, yeah. So we're watching like over here this getting our Pornhub and RedTube and all this shit, so we can practice how this things work. Because I've never done this before. I didn't even know how to put on a goddamn condom either. So I ended up actually looking at a YouTube video of like some random girl putting a condom on a cucumber. I'm like, got it. Okay, that's how we do it. Yes, I threw away the cucumber. Don't worry about it. I didn't make the family eat it. It was thrown away. I hid it. I put it in. Put it in there. Nemi, where'd you get the condoms from? So like a little thing. Back then they didn't used to put back then they didn't used to put the condoms in the little glass trays or whatever now that they were, so that people don't steal them. So what I used to do is when I went to Walmart, I ended up getting the small pack of like condoms that only came with 3 in them, so it didn't look as suspicious as picking them up. So what I would do is I would just open it, take the condoms, some of my inside of my pants just in case, because I was like, just in case someone actually starts searching my pockets, I'll put it inside my pants. So in case they search me, they're not gonna strip search me. So I ended up getting that, and I ended up just like tearing the Trojan box apart and just throwing it in the trash can. So no one can ever find it, and it worked. So therefore, there goes that. So that's where I ended up getting the condoms from. So like the next day ends up happening. Nick ends up telling me as I wake up for school, I'm over here waiting for him to pick me up. He ends up calling me. He's like, hey, man, my mom just got an emergency. I can't do this. I am so sorry. I didn't mean it. And I'm over here like, I just told Sophia that we were down and we were going to go pick her up. Fuck, what do I do? What do I do? So I'm over here just standing here, just thinking to myself like, man, do I just let her down and just tell her that we got to cancel all this? But man, I really want this poo-tang. I really do. Like, for real, like, this is actually the first and maybe the ever last time that I'll ever have some tang in my whole entire life. So I do what a big boy's got to do. He pulled up his pants, strapped on his backpack, and this 275 chubby mother ends up running 4.5 miles to go and meet up with this ex-girlfriend of mine at the time. So yes, I start jogging my ass all the way from my house all the way to her house. And mind you, man, walking there was 4.5 miles. So yes, you just see this guy literally just running all the way to that house. You just see like this, 15-year-old literally just running all the way to his house. It's the most hilarious thing ever. So as I'm running to the house, as I'm getting closer and closer, about halfway there, I entered their neighborhood or whatnot, right? Because their neighborhood's huge. Like, the thing is, like, the neighborhood itself isn't far, but where her house is really far. So I end up entering their neighborhood, and as I'm entering their neighborhood, there's a familiar car that looks strikingly familiar. Definitely not the first time I've ever seen this car before. And I see, like, this lady just, like, kind of staring at me. And I'm wondering to myself, like, why is she staring at me? Is she just, like, proud of me for running? Like, seeing this fat guy run? I'm so happy. But then I realized something. That's her older sister. And beforehand, her older sister doesn't like me because she saw me, like, literally, like, making out with her younger sister, which was my girlfriend at the time, Sophia. And, yeah, when she caught me and my girlfriend making out, she definitely was not. She was a very protective older sister. Shout outs to you. That's a good thing. So I was actually kind of scared, thinking that, she might have saw me and she might turn around and swerve, but she didn't, thankfully. So I ended up meeting with my girlfriend, Sophia, right, at the time. And I met with her, and, we were like, I was like, yes, I got here. And then I realized something. I had to walk all the way back to the house just so we can get this thing going, right? So not only did I run 4.5 miles, we had to walk back 4.5 miles just so we can get it. Mind you, we skipped school for this too, so we had to do this in a time frame. We were in a time limit here, so we walked all the way back to the house. Thankfully, her sister never saw us there. Hello there, I'm here to your sister's. So we end up going back. We end up going to my house. We end up reaching my house. And you want to know what happens next? Okay. My mom was home. Yes, my mom was home. Her car was there, and her friend's car was there too. And I'm like, are you serious? So we gotta hide somewhere, man. I'm like wondering, yo, where can we hide so we don't get caught and it isn't too far away? There's a trail that we used to go on for bikes, and so that's where we went. We ended up going to this trail for bikes and stuff. And I was hoping that maybe within like 30 minutes or whatever, they wouldn't be there. And I go over there, right? The cars are still there after 30 minutes. And then I realized something. And I felt so stupid because we really could have just got it on that whole time. I realized that they actually didn't go in my mom's car or my mom's friend's car. They went in my dad's car together because my dad's car is bigger, and my dad wasn't he was busy, and he was going to New Jersey for some reason. I can't remember why, but he was in Jersey at that time. So this whole entire time I was freaking out. They ended up carpooling. Yes, Leaky. They ended up carpooling with another car. So push come to shove, we go in there. We go do the dang thing, and we did the dang thing. So all that just to get some pussy, right? Just to get my virginity lost. And that was great, by the way. It was great, man. It was so awkward. Like, it was so awkward. It was bad. I didn't know where to put it. I didn't know where to put anything at. Okay. I didn't know. I needed help with literally everything. You could, like I said before, she definitely was way more experienced than I ever was because she knew how to put a condom on. She knew, she knew where to put things in. All right, she pretty much knew what she wanted, so I could turn her on and stuff. I was bad. Okay, that was like now that I think about it, bruh. Oh my god, it was terrible. I don't even want to look at that. Okay. I don't even want to think about it, okay? I don't even want to think about it. Now that I think back on it, I'm like, oh my god. Now Now I think about it, man, it's like, yo, I was bad. I didn't even know I didn't even know how to correctly touch her. I didn't even know where to put it in. I didn't even know, what moaning, if she was really moaning or not. I didn't know anything, okay? Yo, really, when I think about it, man, that was so cringy. But yes, we got the thing done. We did it. We did the damn thing. And what I love to this day is we had to go back to the school, right? We walked back to the school. So, because we had to look like we were actually, at the school, and plus I don't want to walk all the way to her house again just to drop her off. So we decided to go back so we could take the school buses in time, and we got there in time. And as I end up walking towards the towards the buses and stuff, her best friend Samantha literally comes out screeching, crying her eyes out, right? And, as we're over here just having a conversation about, doing the dang thing, it just kind of like got interrupted because I thought Samantha was going to come in here because Samantha at the time was like a really good friend of ours. So, she thought she was going to compliment us and talk about it. Like, no, she has like some kind of, every girl has a best friend called Samantha. I know, right? And, we end up like talking to her, like her boyfriend was like a piece of shit or something like that and being annoying. And, we had to comfort her, and then, Sophia was like, okay, I'll talk to you in a minute, Samantha. And as Samantha is still bawling her eyes out, my best friend Julian comes out of nowhere. He's just like, so, like, did you hit it? And I look at him like, Julian, now's not the time. But, like, the question is, so did you hit it? Julian, just answer my question, homie. Julian, I'm just gonna take it as you hit it. I'm walking back in the car. I'm gonna walk it back in. And then he just starts walking in the bus and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, Julian. Oh my god, that was the greatest thing ever, man. Shout outs to my Julian, man. One day I have to bring him onto this channel, man. He will tell you so many stories between us that I love. That's my homie to death, man. It was like the first person I contacted too when I broke up and stuff. Me and my girlfriend broke up at the time. So like, that's my homie to death. Like, for real, that's my IRL best friend. You can't fuck with that guy. Like, that guy's the homie. So Julian knows where to put it. I'm so done. But yeah, no. So like, it's funny to this day though, because like, I still remember the day that me and Sophia broke up. I actually told my mom that I remember she asked me the question. So did you and Sophia have sex? I told her straight up truth. I told her yes. So yes, my mom does know I lost my virginity. My mom does know I lost my virginity. With that said, I still love my mom's words. And then she asked me straight up, I was like, so where did you do it? I was like, in this house. She's like, listen, you can do it in her house, but not my house. Oh, my ex, she cute, man. I hit it back. I hit it and quit it. I wouldn't date her. I wouldn't date her at all. Hell no. I wouldn't date her at all. No, that girl cheated on me and then cheated on the next guy and then cheated on the next guy right afterwards. I mean, she got a cool guy. I'm assuming that she finally stopped being her hoish ways since she's been with this dude for like a couple years now. But like, I mean, hey, I won't lie. Like, hey, yo, Sophia, if you gonna hit up on the motherfucker, hey, man, you can hit me up on the cellular. I'll be over there in about an hour or two. It's all good. We can get this thing done. All right. I ain't gonna date you, but yeah. So, doing all that at 14, don't think I want that here. Yeah, I know, right? M2. So no, I find my love in the wrong women all the time. Okay, I find my love of all the wrong women all the time. Maybe that says something about me. You know what I'm saying? It definitely says something about me, right? It says something about me personally, probably. It really does say something about me. With that said, but yeah, nah, for real though. With that being said, though, yeah, that's my story though. I hope you guys like that story. Cause, I'm telling you right now. Legit. Maybe you should try. Maybe you should try Met. I'm so done with you. M2. But yeah, nah, man. There was that.